Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is inspired by the gorgeous Stacey Marie. I'm going to leave a picture on the screen here. This look is created by the look in the photo on the screen. I just love the look that she posted on her Instagram, and my favourite part is actually the colour in the waterline. The colour in my waterline has sort of rubbed off now, but yeah, it looked really cool when I done it. I really hope that you like the look of this. I'm in no way saying that I look like the model or any of that sort of jazz. I just wanted to recreate the makeup. I was really inspired. I love dramatic makeup looks. If you followed me for a while, you probably already know that. And I just wanted to give you a couple of tips and tricks in this video with how to make your eyeshadows pop when using colourful eyeshadows, all that sort of thing. Thank you for clicking on this video, and if you'd like to see how I got this makeup look, please carry on watching. So I just want to start off by talking you through some of the products that I've already used. So this is going to be quite like zoomed in on my eye for the first part. Through my eyebrows, I've used the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. This is a very loved product used by all makeup artists around the world. It's like the best eyebrow product you'll ever find. It stays on all day long and it's great if you want a very dramatic brow. You can see I've used it today. I've sort of copied how sort of Stacey Marie does the brows, but I've done my sort of usual brows. I like doing very dramatic brows, but what I start off by doing, I just underline the brows and then I flick the product up through my eyebrow hairs. So as you can see, you can actually still see my eyebrow hairs even though they still look like dramatic. I still like to be able to see like the brow hairs. I don't like that like blocked out brow. I still like it like defined, but so you can still see the brow hairs, and I achieve that later on by grabbing onto every hair with the NYX brow mascara, but I'll be showing you that. And then what I do, so I don't get too much product on my brush, I wipe the excess on the back of my hand. You can also use the lid, but I just use the back of my hand so then I don't like mess the lid up. I then just take the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Concealer. This is my favourite concealer. I would use the Makeup Revolution one, but to be honest I do prefer the Tarte one, as I know I can trust it not to like crumble off. So this is the shade Fair. It's the lightest shade that I own, and I just wanted this as we're going for a very bright colourful look today. As you can see, I underline the eyebrow and then I just bring the concealer down. As you will to see in my crease, it has creased. I just take my MAC 252 flat shader brush and I just pat down over that concealer. I'm just going to do that now so you can see what I mean. So I just go over that and I just push over. Just pat that down. By patting the concealer, you're going to help to set it, but you're also going to allow more like coverage, so you're going to get the best coverage out of your concealer. And as you can see, you have that nice blank base. So I'm just going to show you the tools that I use for like the brows and like the concealer. So for my brows, I always use a spoolie brush. This is just a cheap little one off eBay. You don't need to spend loads on a spoolie brush, I don't think. What's also good is if you buy a brow pencil, majority of the time it's going to come with a spoolie on the end of it. So yeah, this is just one by eBay. Came in like a big set of like 25 brushes. I then use my trusty MAC 266 angled brow brush. This is my favourite brow brush ever. And then I use my MAC 252 to go around the brows and then to pat the concealer down. I don't set my concealer, as when we apply the eyeshadows, you're technically setting the concealer with your eyeshadows. That's how you get more pigment out of your eyeshadows, because you're locking it down with the shadow, so you're getting the most pigmentation. Whereas if you just use a translucent setting powder, then that's going to take away that pigmentation from the shadow. I will do actually like a comparison in another video of how the difference setting the translucent powder is going to be. And so in the look, it looks like the transition shades are pink, but when I'm working with colour, I don't really like to apply the transition shade. I like to apply the colour that we're going to first use in the crease. So for the crease colour, I'm thinking more of this sort of purple. I'm going to use this. This is from the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm gonna, I think I've just dipped my nail in that. So I'm gonna apply this very roughly into the crease. I'm taking a Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush. It's a very fluffy but precise brush, and I'm just gonna pat that shadow onto my brush. I go over that concealer one last time just to make sure it's all pressed down. The great thing about the Tarte Shape Tape is it actually dries matte too. So as you can see, there's no like shine to the concealer. So I'm just picking up quite a lot on my brush and I'm just going to focus that into my crease. This look is quite blown out as well, and I'm just going to cover the whole eye with this, and I'm just like dragging the edges out. I'm just applying that in like a C shape, just like so, and this is going to be like the colour that you see like underneath, because I'm going to be applying shades on top of this. I'm then just going to be applying a bit more of that colour, just building it up, and she does blow this look out quite a bit, so I'm just going to start like dragging and flicking the shadow outwards, but I'm being very light-handed. So I'll just take it to about here, and I'm going to stop. She does have it quite high up to the brow bone as well, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I'm then going to go in with another pink shadow. This is also from the Huda Beauty palette, this shade here, and I don't believe these have names. I'm taking this on the same brush, and I'm just going to like deepen that crease up a bit. I feel like this palette is perfect for festivals, and again I'm just like building over that shadow just to like really help blend. She hardly has like any brow bone showing. Taking that up really high. So even though you've applied a like white base, it doesn't even like look bad because you can hardly see it in the end. Now I'm going to go into applying the deeper purple. I thought the Huda Beauty palette had enough colours, but it doesn't. So I'm going to take this dark purple from the 35C palette from Morphe. I'm going to take it on a Morphe M506 brush, and I'm just going to start packing this in the inner corner because that's where there's the most sort of darkness with the purple. I will catch up with my other eye, don't worry. Do you prefer like when one eye's done and then I talk you through the other eye, or do you prefer when I'm doing like both eyes? Then I'm going to start like taking this into my crease and applying it onto my outer corner because it is very like smoky and dark over this side. And again, I'm just applying loads of that purple. And she does obviously use a black as well, as you can tell from the picture, so I'm just layering that purple over the pink. I'm going to take that out quite far. I'm then just grabbing the brush that has a bit of the pink on and just blending those shades together. I'm now going to start to apply the black, and I'm going to take a Morphe M507. I'm going to take the black from the Morphe 35-9A palette. Can you see that? And it doesn't matter like any black eyeshadow, but I actually quite like this one. And I'm just going to start applying that like almost into my lower lash line and building that up into this C shape like that. And this is just going to be really smoky. I'm just almost blending that into that purple because she doesn't have it like defined. She has it like really grungy. That's what I love about this look. Like it's super grungy purple, and I think like people when they look at looks like this, they think, oh my god, that's going to be so hard because it's like using the black, and black is like the hardest shadow to work with. So I'm just like smudging it in. When I apply more black, then just go in with more purple and sort of merge it together. Then this bit here, I'm just going to blend that. This inner corner bit is obviously where there's like the glitter and that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply like the black. I'm going to apply it very lightly, hardly applying any on my brush. So as you can see, it just like, it almost looks sort of grey. That's a great word. But you can still see like the purple, and I'm just going to grab more purple on my brush and blend around it. The purple she has on her like lid is, I'm going to clean this eyeshadow up by the way, it's sort of like a blue tone purple, it's more than like a sort of violet-y sort of purple. So I'm going to use this shade from the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm just going to apply that with a MAC 242 brush, and it's sort of just like a pop. So I'm just going to pop that. Just packing that shadow down. This is quite hard to apply, to be honest, but I'm going to be applying like pigments and that over it. It does take over quite a lot of this sort of space in here. So what I'm going to do now, I've got an Inglot pigment, and this is in the shade 112. And then I've got NYX glitter in Lumi Light. And I've got the NYX glitter primer. And I'm thinking, because it does look like she's got glitter, so I'm going to get some of the Inglot pigment. I'm going to wet my brush with this Mario Badescu spray. Just taking that same MAC brush. And I'm going to take some of that Inglot pigment. I'm going to press that on top of where we put that Huda Beauty shadow. It's really high up in here. Okay, I think that's more like it. Just press over that. Then I'm going to grab some of that glitter from NYX. Don't worry, I'm going to clear up this mess in a minute. I'm grabbing one of my little Anastasia brushes. This one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some of my NYX glitter primer, and I'm just going to put some of the back on my some on the back of my hand. I'm going to put some on the brush. So when I pick the glitter up, it'll have something to sort of stick to. I'm going to put glitter in the lid, and it's only like this bit in here. It's like the whole purple bit really that has the glitter. With the brush that has some of the black shadow, I'm just going to blend over that purple bit. Like that. Okay, I think the glitter I've applied is a bit more like shimmery than what she has on. But it's still quite similar, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to clean up the rest of my eyes, and then we'll move on to the underneath of the eye. Right, what I'm going to do, I've done obviously both eyes. Before I do the other eye, I'm just going to apply some primer, just so then I've like, well, actually I need some moisturiser. I haven't got any moisturiser on. So the moisturiser I'm going to use, because obviously we're doing very heavy makeup, this has become my favourite moisturiser at the moment as well anyway, but this is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. This also, they do an SPF one as well. And I'm just going to take, this is how I just apply it, I just dot it all over my skin. Right around my neck as well, and then my forehead. You can use any moisturiser that you like, that's just the moisturiser that I like. By the way, I know like around my eyebrow looks a bit crazy at the moment, but I'm going to be blending it out, don't worry. The primer, I picked up the PS Strobe Face and Body Highlighting Cream. Now I love the MAC Strobe Cream, so that's why I picked this up. This was £3, and this is in, I think it's Pearl. Yeah, Pearl. I do want more of my MAC strobe cream. I would like it in gold light. It doesn't really matter what colour you have it in, to be honest, because it just goes under your foundation, or it can be worn alone. So this is the packaging. It's just like typical, sort of looks like your MAC strobe cream packaging. Okay, actually this is like a goldy colour. So this could be a dupe for MAC's Gold Light. So I'm just going to take some of this. It doesn't really smell of anything, and oh, you get quite a lot. I'm just going to like apply this all over my skin. If I'm looking over here, it's because I've got my mirror on my windowsill. Feels really nice. Does feel quite similar to strobe cream. Take that down my neck. I'd say a lot goes a long way with this. It's got a nice tacky feel to it. I'd say this is a bit more shimmery than strobe cream. I don't know if you can tell, but my face does look really, really shiny. So yeah, there's that. So I'm going to do my under eye makeup before I do my foundation. That's a technique that I've seen like P. Louise, Stacey, Marie, makeup, Mitchell do, like loads of different makeup artists out on Instagram. So we're going to try that out. So instead of the Tarte one, I quite like using the Revolution one underneath my eyes. It's a little bit cheaper as well, and I don't need it as light. So I'm just going to dot a tiny bit of this underneath my eyes, and I'm going to grab my MAC brush. Just going to blend that along the lash line, just so, again, like on top we've got a nice full coverage. I should have done this beforehand, but it doesn't really matter. And like with the top of the eye, I'm not going to set that. I'm just going to zoom you in. So this does look really scary, I'm aware. Just going to leave it like that. I find this Makeup Revolution concealer is a lot more hydrating on my under eye too than my Tarte concealer. I'm just going to leave that to go a bit more sort of matte, and I'm just going to do this side of my face just while I wait for that side to sort of dry down. I would never do this for like every day. I would only do this for these sort of types of makeup looks. when you want everything like perfect. I apply the primer as well otherwise, because I find if you were to just apply the primer after you've applied the concealer, then I find it would just go a bit funny. Right, and then I'm just going to pat over that like I did on top of the eye. The lash line is very smoked out. She actually has a lipstick colour in her waterline, so I'm going to grab the lipstick because I actually own it. The lipstick is called Heroin and it's by MAC. I'm going to first apply this to the waterline. So I'm going to take the lipstick on the back of my hand. I'm just going to apply it to the back of my hand like so. And I'm going to grab a bit of Inglot's Duraline, this little guy right here, and I'm just going to apply some Inglot Duraline to the back of my hand. And with this product, it's really good because not only does it revive your products, but you can also sort of create sort of your own sort of personal gel sort of liners with it, just by sort of applying it to like lipsticks and matte eyeshadows. It's so good. It's quite watery. I think I applied too much, but I'm just going to let it dry down a bit, and then I'm going to start applying it to the waterline. If you don't feel comfortable with doing this, obviously you don't have to. This is the main thing, see my eye bit, that made me want to do this look, like the pop in the waterline. I just love that. I think what's stinging my eye is that a bit of my brush is like fading away and it's poking me in the eye. I'm going to leave that eye to dry, and I'm going to move on to this eye. It will dry down matte as well. I'm just going to leave that to dry. I'm going to take that pink shade from Huda Beauty. Oh my god, I'm dropping everything on the floor. And I'm just going to run that along the lash line. Now, the lash line isn't that smoked out quite like at all. I think it's because where the eyes on top are very heavy, she's kept it quite minimal. So I'm going to mix actually both colours from the Huda Beauty palette. So this pink and that pink, god sorry, this pink and that pink, and I'm going to run that because this is smoked along with the black, but I want the black to have something to blend onto. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab that black on that same Morphe M507, and I'm just running that along, just meeting that up with the top shadows. This is the bit you want to be the most smoked out, but we're not blending it down far at all. I'm going to keep my eye in shot, or try to. The good thing also about having that concealer there, you can clean it up, and also by not doing your foundation, you can also clean it up too. Because imagine if you'd done your foundation and your under eye concealer and then you had all black down your face. Like, that's my worst nightmare. I don't know about you guys. These looks are literally my favourite to do. They're so cool. Okay, I think that's as dark as we're going to get it. I'm then going to grab the brush that we applied the purple on, and I'm just going to like blend like mad. And you might have to apply that Heroin shade back into the waterline again. This bit here, don't worry, I'm going to clean that up. But I'm quite liking how that's looking now. And if you need any more black, just apply it where you need it. Right, as you can tell, I've applied my foundation. I've got a Primark. It's called the PS My Perfect Colour Moisturising Foundation Stick. I got it in the shade Caramel and it was £2.50. I got this because of a makeup artist I follow on Instagram. Cannot remember her name. She's like an Irish makeup artist, and she said this was like really good, so I'm just gonna give it a go. Good, nice colour actually. I like the colour. Really creamy actually. And the model in the picture that I'm looking at was really bronze, so that's what I want to sort of like achieve. Such a strange colour on me. I want to blend it out with, I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. It's a really nice tone because it's like that really nice tan shade. Instead of being like really, it's like an orangey, I don't know how to, it's like a bronze tone, I would say. Like the name suggests, it's like caramel, it's not like orange. Blending really nice, not taking away my foundation either. Just applying it really so it's a nice base for my bronzer, because if you watch my if you've been watching my other videos, I'm liking cream bronzing products again at the moment for like summer and that, and to just make my bronzer more intense. Because I find when you just apply like a powder bronzer, it don't really do much to me now, like on its own. I can just find it looks a bit patchy on my skin. I don't know if that's where my skin's become like dry, but I find it needs something to like hold on to. Okay, I really like the shade of that. It's a really nice colour. Yeah, I really like that. It's not too dark. I like it. I really like that. Nice colour. I think I'm preferring the shade to my Wet n Wild one. I'm going to apply a bit more of my Revolution concealer, just the tiniest amount, just to conceal that eyeshadow, because she has it like really perfected around the eyeshadow. I will keep like inserting the picture so you can see what I mean. That's what we're achieving. So I'm going to grab my MAC 252 brush and I'm going to like carve around it just like that, just the underneath bit she has it like carved around, and then just this bit here where I'd normally apply a highlight, I'm just gonna like bring the concealer down to, so it's not like caked up too much around my eye. You can't really see in the inner corner part here, and I'm gonna be applying an inner corner highlight anyway, so I'm just like applying this down my nose just to help sort of contour my nose a bit. Even though I'm going to be creating a line, I'm then going to buff the eyeshadow out one last time once I've carved around it, because it looks like what she's done. So she has like a neat line around it, but then it looks like the eyeshadow is just buffed out one last time. I'm going to grab my beauty blender just to blend that into the skin, just so the concealer's not like harsh. Her under eyes like are actually quite high up. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm just going to set the under eyes. I'm going to grab, obviously my eyes aren't done. I'm just going to grab the Maybelline Fit Me powder in number 10. This is the loose powder. And I'm just going to set that concealer underneath the eyes just so it doesn't like budge. I'm going to quickly finish my eye. So I'm just going to take some more purple, apply that in the inner corner like that. And the inner corners are actually really light, but I just wanted that like sort of purple base. So for the inner corner I've got this Inglot pigment in the shade 111, and it's just a really light pink shade. It looks like she's got like a really light sort of pink, so I'm just going to apply that in the inner corner. I'm going to apply it the same way I applied the purple, so I'm just going to grab my MAC brush again. I'm just going to clean the brush in my wipe, and obviously I want the pigment to like pop, so I'm going to grab my spray the brush and apply that into the inner corner, tapping off any excess. Just going to apply it straight in there. This might not be like exactly the same because you can't really see her inner corner. For this inner corner bit I'm literally just guessing because you literally can't see like much, but what you can see it's like quite purpley and pinky. Same on the other eye. The brow bone has the tiniest bit of shimmer. It's not too like anything too drastic. So I'm just going to pop the tiniest bit in there. I'm grabbing my Jaclyn Hill palette and I'm just going to grab the shade at the beginning because it's a little bit more subtle than the second shade. The second shade in the palette is a bit more like Nylon by MAC, which is very intense, but the shade it looks like she has on her brow bone is very like subtle, so I'm just sort of going to go for that. I'm just going to pop the tiniest bit there. I'm then just going to bronze my face quickly. I'm not going to set the face at all. I'm just going to bronze with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, and this is like the deepest one. I'm just going to pop that where we applied that cream bronzer from Primark, and she doesn't have any blush on, she literally just has tons of bronzer on, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to apply loads of bronzer. She then has very like dramatic eyelashes on, so I'm going to pop these New York lashes by So Sue on. I am just going to quickly apply the tiniest bit of eyeliner across my lash line, just because when I'm wearing such big eyelashes I always do that anyway, so I'm just going to do that quickly with the NYX matte liquid liner. For highlighter, I'm just going to be taking the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in the shade Champagne, as it seems she's got like a really sort of champagne-y sort of glow. It's just like applied just really intense here, like just in this area here, the tiniest bit above the brow, tiniest bit in the Cupid's bow, and then the tiniest bit on the nose, so I'm going to use a really small brush to do that. And then I'm just going to like layer this bit here up. I'm then going to grab my bronzer brush just to blend all the powders on my face, especially like the highlighter. Right, then I'm going to grab my NYX Brow Mascara, and this is in the shade Chocolate, so this matches like the same shade as the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. And I'm just going to flick this through the brows. The girl in the picture has like really fluffy eyebrows, and my eyebrows are quite like fluffy, so I always sort of go for that look anyway. I apply quite a lot more than I on the back part of the brow than I do to the front. I'll just flick that through the brow hairs, pushing the back hairs down and then the front up. For the lips, I'm grabbing the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. This is in the shade Sandstorm. I believe there's a liquid lipstick to match this. Oh my god, I just threw my tweezers across the room. She used, in the picture, she actually commented down there saying that the lip liner she used was Max Cork. I don't actually own that lip liner, so I'm just going for like what I own. It looks sort of similar. And I have just overlined my lips the tiniest bit as well. My lips are actually naturally uneven, so the one lip product I actually do have that she used on the model was the shade Honey Love by MAC. So I'm just going to use this on my lips. Just going to sort of blend it in. I have not used this shade in ages. I'm just going to go around with a darker lip liner. I've got this Primark lip liner and it's in the shade Toffee, I believe. I'm just going to use this to go around the lips with it. Obviously different skin tones, Honey Love will look different on, so it looks a bit more like different on me, it looks more pink on me. The other girl, it looks a bit more sort of nude on her. For lip gloss, I'm going to be taking the Fenty Gloss by Rihanna. This is the Fenty Glow Gloss and I'm just going to apply this onto my lips as she does have lip gloss on. I think the lip gloss they use is more sort of a brown, but this is a really nice sort of browny nudie gloss. Like so. Obviously the look isn't going to look like exactly the same because I'm obviously not as skilled as Stacey, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just going to sort my hair out and I'll be right back. So thank you so much for watching this video. This is the completed look. The only thing I did after this was spritz my face with the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile and lavender. That's the only thing I done. So yeah, this look was completely inspired by this picture that I will insert on the screen by Stacey Marie MUA on Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like me to do more inspired looks by makeup artists on Instagram or any of that jazz, then please let me know. I really enjoyed creating this look. Obviously it's not completely identical. I sort of had my own twist to it by sort of adding the making the inner corner a bit more like dramatic. But yeah, I really enjoyed creating this look. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.